Okay, so these two lines represent the width of the neck. So the rollers have to fall inside this area here. This first line here is what's called the theoretical line of intonation. This bottom line here is the actual intonation line, which is about 3 millimeters behind the theoretical line. The theoretical line is the actual scale length of the instrument, but this line here compensates for pushing down on the string, which makes it longer, which would actually require the intonation or the bridge to be placed back a bit further, about 3 millimeters. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line up this roller to that theoretical, not the theoretical line, but the actual intonation line, which is this second line here. So after I do my route, it should be right at that theoretical line, or, close enough so that I can go up or back with adjustment. So basically what I'm trying to do, I want to set it as far back as I can, so that way I have plenty of room to adjust the low E string with as thick a gauge that I ever want to use. Same with the G. The G and the low E are typically the ones that need to be set back the furthest on a bridge. So I want a little bit more play so that I can set it back. So I'm going to try to set it back just a hair. And that's what this measurement gives me. This guitar is a 24 3/4 scale, so it's taking that into consideration. I've installed my template, and I have narrowed down that this is the position that the route needs to go into. I've triple, quadrupled checked my measurement. It's centered and it's in the spot about 3 millimeters behind the scale or the theoretical line. So we're ready to start routing. We're gonna make an inch deep hole. We're gonna take a quarter cut, so 4 cuts total. Okay, route is done. Figured I'd spare you all the cuts. So I did 4 cuts. I installed the Kahler. I put the high E and the low E string, made sure it lined up with the fretboard, of course it did. And I intonated the high E string. So it came up a little bit, and that intonated it. So in doing that, I know that all these other saddles are going to have enough room to adjust. Like I said, I was concerned with the G and the low E, which are usually the ones that have to go back the furthest, especially when you tune down and stuff. So yeah, the next is finishing this route here. I was doing it with a Dremel, but with a round bass, but the fretboard is getting in the way, so I can't go deep enough. It's taking too long. So the best thing to do is to use my router, put a piece of wood here, so that way the router could hover over the area and I can more effectively route down to about ½ an inch. This is like an inch deep here. I don't need to go that low, just low enough like on this route here. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow probably. All right. So I went ahead and also installed the String Lock Pro. It takes 4 little screws to mount this on it. I mean, I didn't record it just because, no big deal. Just 4. Line it up behind the nut. Mark your 4 screw holes. Use a reamer or an awl. Punch the 4 holes. Drill. Install. You're done. So that's done. So the next thing now is I'm turning this single coil cavity into a humbucker. And I was doing it with a Dremel, but the fretboard's in the way, so I wasn't able to go far down enough. This is the, I have to cut this area here, or shave off the area here and here. And then this hole's an inch deep. I don't need to go that deep. I need to go maybe I think it's like a little less than half an inch. So as long as I get a half an inch, I'll be able to install a humbucker and adjust the height and be good to go. But yeah, Kahler's installed, string locks installed, the Fishman Fluence pickups are on their way. All I need to do is finish this right here, and then I can put it together. Okay, so I already started on this just because I want to get it done already, but this is a little jig, a little template that my friend Larry made for me of a humbucker. I bought one out of plexiglass, but I realized that I couldn't use it on guitars that are neck through or set necks because the neck would be in the way. So my friend Larry said, oh, I'll make you a template out of wood, and we can cut the end off, so that way I can set it like this with that double-sided tape. And yeah, as you can see, I mean, the cut came out beautiful. So I got to go a little bit deeper, but yeah, it's almost done. It just took a moment with the router bit with the collar on it. So yeah, hopefully next time you see this, it'll be strung up, electronics put in, and it'll be good to go. Okay, just finished wiring everything, went over everything, made sure I didn't miss anything. So it all looks good. Now all I need to do is hook up a battery, which, bear with me please. Let me see. Okay, there we go. So battery's in, kind of in there. All right, well, I guess we'll do that for now. And we will check to make sure that the pickups are working. Okay. So in the middle position, we should have both. Yep. Very good. Very good. Okay, so they're working. I'll make sure the controls are working. If I could just figure out a way to do this. Let's see. That's the volume. No volume. Volume. So go in the middle position. Split coil mode. Yeah, it works. Yay. So now I have to string it up, set it up, and it's done. Finally. There you go. All right, play sample. Bridge pickup, voice one, high gain.